And of course, today is no different. We are pulling her in from, of course, our StreamYard platform. For those of you that are chimed into the GMAP Broadcast Network, you already see her lovely face on the screen, and we're grateful, honored, and privileged to have her here. Ladies and gentlemen, Shelby. God bless you, Shelby. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Oh, you know what? I always respond the same way. If you can't tell, I must be slipping. I kid you not. I'm excited to have you here on today. Welcome again. I say welcome to the GMAP Broadcast Network. We are the number one faith-based motivational and inspirational broadcast platform in the country, GMAP1.com. And of course, you guys just heard the great single titled Rise by Shelby. Shelby, you know what? Before we even get started on today, why don't you do me a favor? Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from.
I'm a composer, pianist, and audio engineer from the Blue Ridge of Virginia. I released my first piano album, Airborne, a few years ago at the end of high school, and my upcoming album, Hematite, will be released later this year. I am a classically trained composer as well, and had my debut with the Nashville Philharmonic Orchestra back in 2016. And for the last couple of years, I've also been lead audio engineer for Chicago-based classical recording company Atlas Arts Media.
Wow. You know, I'm excited to have you here. I'm also excited that God has blessed us to be a part of your journey. How did it all begin for you? How did you get started in doing this awesome rendition of piano playing? How did it begin for you?
Honestly, music has been a part of my life ever since I was in the womb, when my mom would sing in the gospel choir a couple times a week.
Mm.
And I took piano for a couple of years, starting when I was 7, but I actually quit after 2 years because I wasn't very into it. I didn't like it. And not long before that, my brother had also quit trumpet, and I remember my mom sadly saying to my dad, "Oh, well, I guess we're not going to have a musician in the family."
Mm.
And
Wow.
so a couple years later, after no one was telling me to practice, then I just kind of found my way back to the piano. I started writing my own songs a little bit here and there. And
Mm.
then when I was about 11, it hit me like lightning. I just started hearing music in my head, and I just had to get it out. I had to go play, and I even sometimes would have these dreams where I would hear music and I would see hands playing the songs, and then I loved to come downstairs in the morning and surprise my family with this new song.
Wow. You know, I'm excited once again that you listen to your, I guess you can say, your vision, and you began to play the way you're playing today. I tell you, it's amazing to me. I am so blessed each and every day. For those of you that don't know, of course, Shelby is a part of the GMAP Broadcast Network platform. She is officially one of our featured artists. And of course, you can always stop by GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com, visit our featured artist area. And of course, many of you that is paying attention right now to the GMAP Broadcast Network television screen, you see a split screen where you see the cover of Shelby playing a piano. You can click on that cover. It'll take you to the necessary location to get more intimate information about this awesome young woman, and of course, the music that she has been blessed to play. Now, Shelby, I know for a fact that you have been blessed to play this piano and release these singles. Who were some of the great people that you had the chance to work with during this process?
So I actually do everything all myself. I do the recording, I do the engineering, obviously I do the playing and composing. But of course, that's a culmination of years of really great mentors and teachers who taught me and encouraged me and got me to where I was today.
Mm. Wow.
And yeah, and a lot of that started when I was about 13. I started going to this camp in Nashville, worship and rock and roll camp called Camp Electric. And the instructors are the musicians from bands like Toby Mac and Mandisa, Taryn Wells, Jamie Grace, Skillet, a lot of others.
Mm,
So that's how I got into recording, and that's where I went from being this classically trained pianist to then being able to play in a band at my church, starting
wow.
around that time as well.
Now,
So
now
I had a lot of mentors.
having this recording studio and doing a lot of what you're doing today, really all on your own. Are you open, or have you had the opportunity to work with others and possibly produce them in their productions?
For sure. I'm not doing anything in person right now because of the pandemic, but my job with Atlas Arts, I only am mixing other artists, mostly classical artists, and that's kind of the main thing I do right now is engineer albums for other people.
Wow. Now, as you know, we are role models to somebody, whether we like it or not. And there are always people who I guess I could say are on the outside looking in at what you've done, where you've been, where you are today, and possibly where you're going. For those individuals that may be sitting back watching you and paying attention to your journey, what words of encouragement would you have to share with them today?
Oh, well, a lot. I think a big part of why I've ended up where I am now is just not being afraid to try new things. And as a woman, there aren't really that many of us in audio, and so I could have said, "Oh, I'm not supposed to do this." We're less than 5% of the workforce, but obviously it's my passion. So I think when you have these gifts, you just have to go with it, and don't worry about what other people think. If you have a
Mm,
calling, you just go for it. And
right.
I also think the closer we get to God, the more creative we are because He's the ultimate creator.
Mm,
So it's important to have that connection.
right, right. Now, same scenario with some of those role models that we may be blessing on these days. If someone were to walk up to you today and say, "Well, Shelby, I really can appreciate what you've accomplished over the years, like your parents and some of the people that may be just simply being blessed by what you're doing." If they were to ask you today, Shelby, what's next for you? What would your response be?
Oh, well, no one really knows what's next, but my hope is just keep doing what I'm doing and just more and more of it, more successful, reach more people with my music.
Mm,
Uh, I'm doing what I want to be doing, but just more of it. That's what I want.
wow. Now, of course, I know that there are quite a few people who are chimed in on today, paying attention to the GMAP Broadcast Network, watching this conversation, or they may, in fact, grab a hold of the recording and they're blessed by it and they say, "Hey, well, I'd love to reach out and show my support and maybe purchase a copy or copies of the productions that Shelby has released." What's the process to do so? Is it available on digital outlets? Can they contact you? What's the process if someone wanted to support and purchase one of your songs?
I'm on Spotify. I'm on Apple Music. You can buy my music on Amazon, CD Baby, and I'm not, on my website. I also sell physical CDs. You can go to my website and click on store, and then you can buy an album there, and I'll ship one to you.
Wow. Now, let's say they wanted to connect with you on a more personal basis or personal level and maybe find out more intimately what it took for you, what was a part of your journey, what is it that they may need to do in order to go to the next level or begin their journey. What is the process, or how is it that you can be personally connected with?
So I have a fan community. It's called the Blue Breeze, and it's this inner group of my most supportive fans. And you can go to my website and join it, or go to my Facebook page. And I do private live stream concerts. I share behind the scenes content. So that's really a great place to connect with me. But
Wow.
I also teach one-on-one lessons in audio engineering, composition, production, even piano. So you can do that on my website.
Wow. Now, are you doing anything virtually these days?
Oh, for sure. All my lessons are virtual, just over Zoom, and all my mixing clients, they just send it to me and I send it back. Everything's virtual for me.
Wow. Well, I tell you again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to have Shelby here with us on today. She is a part of the GMAP Broadcast Network family. Praise God for that. You will constantly receive an opportunity to hear some of the singles that she has produced and some of the things that she's doing throughout the virtual world, as they say, during this pandemic. And of course, you are more than welcome to contact her. She has lessons. Awesome, awesome pianist. And of course, I am again grateful. I'm saying it publicly and personally that she has allowed us to be a part of her journey. We look forward to just opening this platform more and more to individuals like her to be able to reach out to people in every corner of the world. Now, Shelby, I'm going to draw a scenario for you, okay? And
Okay.
I want you to respond accordingly. I love doing this with all of my guests because I really appreciate the responses that I receive. I'm going to put together what I call my megatorium. My megatorium will consist of 50,000 seats. My megatorium with 50,000 seats in it are all occupied by young ladies. Now, the unique thing about these young ladies is they've been through things very similar to you. And only you really know intimately and exactly what you've been through from childhood up to this very day. These young women are, they're second guessing themselves, as they say. They're not really sure what to do. They've been through some challenges and some trying times. And of course, they've faced some fear and some setbacks. We had the opportunity of introducing Shelby to the podium. My first and last question to you would be, what would you say to them?
Just keep going. Don't give up. I mean, there's always hope, and just because it sounds tacky, but when you think it's the end of something, sometimes it's really just the beginning of something even better. So just
Wow.
hang in there.
Hang in there, do what's best. You know what? I always tell people never allow your dreams to reach their final destination. Is that something that you could live by?
Yeah, I mean, I think as an artist, you kind of have to live by that if you want to keep growing. You never really arrive. You have to always keep striving for excellence, and you never really reach it all the way, no matter how good you are. Because I think the people who achieve at the highest level are the ones humble enough to admit that there's still room to grow.
Right. Wow. Well, again, I am just, wow, I'm just overwhelmed with joy that you listen to the call in the back of your mind. Of course, mom and dad say, hey, I guess we won't have a musician in the family and all that good stuff. But, we are grateful today that I know for a fact that you are making your parents proud. I am also grateful that you have allowed us to be a part of your journey. And of course, I want you to know personally and publicly that the doors here at the GMAP Broadcast Network will always remain open. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm just going to rip the door off the hinges. So you will always be welcome here. If there's anything that we can continuously do to share the gift that you have, to release information out to the people about some of the things that you may be doing. Of course, we want you to know that this platform is wide open for you. We thank you. We just can't thank you enough. And what I would love to do, I'm going to be blessing the people shortly with playing, of course, the two hit singles that I have currently here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. Some of them may have heard them earlier, but again, I'm going to be playing Airborne, and I'm going to follow that up with Rise here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. But before I do that, I would love it if you will take the opportunity to thank the people for tuning in and, of course, sharing the final remarks, the closing words here on GMAP Broadcast Network. Shelby, the floor is yours.
Well, it's just been a pleasure and an honor to be part of this family, and I thank you for the opportunity. And I look forward to the future.
Wow. Well, we look forward to the future as well, having you a part of it. Again, we thank God for you. We thank God that you have stepped up and stepped into your calling, and you are utilizing your awesome abilities to share them with people around the world. We thank you so much. I'll be reaching out to you shortly to tell you what we're going to do with this conversation. We will be sharing it on social media, YouTube, Facebook, and so many other things we have planned. So again, we simply would like to say thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to just be with us for a few minutes here on the GMAP Broadcast Network, okay?
Okay, and thank you.
God bless you. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's the GMAP Broadcast Network. Yours truly, Pastor Kevin, along with Shelby, and of course, an awesome young lady. We're going to go ahead and bless you with a double dose, as I call it, of these awesome productions provided by Shelby. Now, is it Lock or Loke?
Lock.
Lock. I just wanted to be sure because I don't want to say the wrong thing. So Shelby Lock, Airborne, and of course we are going to follow that up with her hit single titled Rise, right here on the number one faith-based motivational and inspirational broadcast platform in the country. 5-time in a row stellar nominated, broadcasting currently in over 168 countries, 18 years plus, and we are just getting started. Shelby, we appreciate you. You have a wonderful day. You be blessed and keep doing what you're doing, okay?
Yeah, you too. Thank you.